I got that animal ambition. I got that animal ambition. I got that.
What's up, y'all? Smoak here. Was good. It's been a minute since I posted a video. Probably about like what, 2 weeks or something. Yeah, I just been very busy as of late. Recently I started doing this Lyft, right? The ride sharing service. I've been doing that for like a week and a half just to test it out, put my feet in the water. Then I got into it, and overall I don't like it. I feel uncomfortable having, put a ton of mileage in my car. This is funny because doing this right here, I have to be like in the right state of mind, and I guess I just been off guard as of I've been in that zone as of late. Even when right prior to me starting the video, I gotta be like, I gotta get on this, gotta get on that. Mental check, right? I bet. And then boom. Yeah, it's like, it feels like an annoying process to me, but it's not that it's complex. It's just me mentally. It's just like, just gotta get right. But yeah, I'm back on it. Yeah, Elimination Chamber is right around the corner. So I'm recording this on a Thursday. I'm gonna release this tomorrow, Friday morning, early morning. Elimination Chamber is on a Saturday. That's 2 days from now. It's gonna be a good showing. I'm not all excited for it because Elimination Chamber, man. Elimination Chamber, or just a PLE in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, it always feel like a B show. And even though you got 2 main event matches with the Elimination Chamber itself, it still feels like a B match, like a B rank PLE. Not the match. I meant no, like a B rank or C type PLE. It's weird to describe. Nothing major is gonna happen. Both chamber matches is going to is for the winner to face the world champion. In this case, the World Heavyweight Championship for men and the Women Championship from Raw. I guess they call it a Woman World Champion. I don't know, because I never heard SmackDown call it the Woman Universal Champion. I just haven't. I don't know why they don't. I think they should. Because when that belt for the men debuted back in 2016, the Universal Championship was named after the WWE Universe, the fan base. So I think they should just call it the Woman Universal Champion, and then Raw, Woman World Champion. That's just me. Universal don't necessarily mean like the entire universe. It's just named after the fan base. That's all. Being right now is like, you could say, yeah, late February. The month ends in 8 days. By now we definitely hear about the Vince McMahon fiasco. Was a former employee who just been have called out Vince and pretty much going on trial by these very absurd, uncomfortable allegations against him. And yeah, John Laurinaitis himself, who himself is defending himself, or is going to defend himself in trial, I guess, against Vince McMahon, calling himself a victim, which is, I think, is wild. I would have thought they were just tag teaming, this situation. But I guess Vince, probably forced his hand, according to him at least, that he put John Laurinaitis in this predicament against his former employee. Based on the situation, it seems like she's a young, 20-year-old at the time. This was 3 years ago. Yeah, for those that don't know, this is going against Vince for sexual assault and sex trafficking. It's a very serious situation. It did not make him look good whatsoever. It made him look devious. It made him look evil. It made him look more power hungry than what we see on TV of his character. Insane. The dude is, right now he's like at least 78. At the time he was probably like 74, 75. I don't know how he got this stamina of doing what the text messages has showed us that he had done. I just don't he had to be taking a lot of pills and stuff to that nature for this nonsense activity. He even caca on her head, bro. Like, it's insane. I don't know if it's for pleasure. I don't know if it's by accident. I didn't know what he was trying to do, but it's allegedly. But it's crazy. Yeah. So in this video, I'm gonna be watching 10 things WWE wants you to forget about Vince McMahon by World Culture Wrestling. This video was released before the allegation popped up. So yeah, let's see the deal with this video.
From his, let's say, rather complex relationship with his family, to his horrible treatment of wrestling legends. I am Gareth, this is What Culture Wrestling, and these are 10 things WWE wants you to forget about Vince McMahon. Number 10, just how bad it got when he last took total control. WWE is on the rise. The promotion sets record gates virtually everywhere it goes. SmackDown ratings are skyrocketing, and Raw is doing great numbers too. That this has happened with Vince McMahon gone is no coincidence whatsoever. Given that he is slyly creeping around in the shadows currently, he'd probably want you to forget, if you were capable of introspection, just how poor the product was before he retired in July 2022. Nobody got over, really, unless their character was guided by Paul Heyman. While he could pull off a quite incredible WrestleMania Night 1 and didn't get a chance to ruin Cody Rhodes, McMahon's product was bone dry at best and impossibly stupid at worst. But really, by the end, WWE was actually more tedious than anything else. WWE would rather you forget the content void over which Vince presided, because the prospect of a return to those days might dampen this boom. Number 9, he is deeply unpleasant to be around. Colliding with old funny stories of Vince being one of the boys, he takes their finishes in bars and scraps with them on planes. What a guy. The current roster of WWE wrestlers are probably wary of a full-time in-person Vince return, because he is an intimidating and unpleasant individual who rules by fear. Sasha Banks, by her own admission, was reluctant initially to even speak to him, telling Sam Roberts as much in 2016. Per the account of Ricardo Rodriguez, Alberto Del Rio's on-screen personal ring announcer, Vince once stood on Curtis Axel's foot over and over again, in a bid to get him to stand up for himself. In a similar story, Mark Henry revealed to Chris Van Vliet that Vince once ribbed him by making him work a dark match with Sin Cara, only for his opponent not to show. When Henry grabbed a mic and demanded someone else come out to face him, and his improvisation went nowhere, he marched backstage to let his feelings be known. Vince had already left, of course. Henry wanted to quit on the spot, but Vince just thought it was funny. And when Henry said he felt useless and expendable, Vince showed him the tape of the Dark non-match and asked Henry to replicate that emotion to drive his Hall of Pain push. McMahon Jedi mind trick my ass. This guy was just a jerk. Number 8, he hates you. That might be a bit much, but Vince McMahon does, actually hate you. He was warned that fans wouldn't actually jeer Baron Corbin for retiring Kurt Angle, and that they simply wouldn't buy it. The fans didn't so much hate the idea of the match as believe it was a rib. The idea was so bad. Vince's response, per former creative writer Dave Schilling: F 'em. The fans were right in the end, what do you know? Corbin may have over-delivered against Carmelo Hayes on NXT recently, but fans didn't buy him as a top heel in 2019. Vince couldn't even bring himself to apologize during the infamous McMahon's Apologize for the Absolute State of Raw segment of December 2018. He was heckled when saying that he could no longer run it by himself, and at the slightest provocation said, "I can do it without you guys though." And by the dismal end of his career as a promoter, let's hope it is at the end, he deemed you so stupid and ignorant that there were as many recaps on Raw as matches. Number 7, his complex relationship with Triple H and the rest of his family.
This is
Back
interesting.
in September 2021, NXT was revamped, becoming NXT 2.0. The change was not merely drastic, it was transformative. Change is not even the correct word. 2.0 in almost every single way was a complete overhaul unrecognizable from what came before. The last days of Triple H's NXT were a bleak, dark pit of intense, hard-hitting work rate, and while Triple H did flirt with sports entertainment in the Capitol Wrestling Center days, clearly it was not enough. 2.0 felt like a punishment. If it cannot be determined for certain that a demotion actually happened. The heavy metal aesthetic was replaced with every single colour, and green throwback powerhouses and Miz acolytes sprouted up to beat the work rate workhorses out of the company. Was this all an elaborate way of sneering at Triple H for losing the Wednesday Night War? Triple H did put over Vince as someone who could offer valuable advice even before Vince made his big coup, but he's hardly gonna bury him, is he? For the optics, these corporate types daren't admit that the image of their well-crafted lives could possibly be fake. And wasn't the timing of Stephanie McMahon's second exit from WWE in as many years all very suspicious? Number 6, the Saudi Arabia plane incident. Something happened on that plane, but for obvious reasons, nobody wants to talk about it. On November 1st, 2019, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter tweeted, "Live by the sword, die by the sword," after which the rumor mill started to whir. WWE talents, aside from Vince McMahon, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and Jimmy Hart, who got out of Saudi Arabia in a hurry, and Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman, who departed on the former's private jet, were stranded in Saudi Arabia. WWE cited mechanical issues. The short version of the unofficial/alleged story is thus: in revenge for not being paid for Crown Jewel 2019 in the expected time frame, Vince McMahon entered a shoot program with the effing Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Because it was WWE in 2019, it went 50-50. Vince pulled the plug on the NBC Action Saudi feed, delaying Crown Jewel by an hour, and in retaliation for that, the plane was held. After which certain mid-card acts were put up in a hotel before the matter was resolved. Even if the chances of a true international incident were remote, and this was a blinking contest between Vince and the Crown Prince, the wrestlers weren't to know that. Carl Anderson even texted his wife, who outright claimed on Twitter that the wrestlers were held hostage, to tell his children that he loves them. Christ. Number 5.
That's
his
crazy,
treatment of
bro.
Jim Ross. Vince apparently believed that he was expressing affection towards Jim Ross when he mercilessly, cruelly bantered him off the face of the planet. Bear in mind, this, what you're about to hear, is how the bloke thought he was being nice. Vince, variously, let go of Ross in 1994, a fortnight removed from his first attack of Bell's palsy, did an impression of JR's affliction years later in 2012 when returning to WWE Raw on screen in a what's he like, babyface role, relentlessly tore chunks off him through the headset, so much so that in AEW to this day, JR shouts pronoun boy when he slips up to punish himself, mocked his colonoscopy surgery in a bad taste skit, reducing a
This was terrible, bro. I think this was the attitude era, so people just took it like it was a joke. It wasn't nothing serious. This is $1 billion man, bro. He needs to be locked up because chances are them allegations are true. This guy is a maniac. Jim Ross talked about it in this book that I have with me. This book right here, he talks about it. Black Cat. I don't remember if he was fired, but he was at home. It was either because of Bell palsy or it was something else, like involving his stomach. And it was just I think with this ticket, either that or he did it twice, like a dickhead. It was like he was doing something, like he was like pulling something out of his stomach or out of his ass. And it was just pulling out a bunch of random ass objects, just insulting the man, bro, on national TV. Jim Ross is not just a WWE Hall of Famer. He's a Wrestling Entertainment Hall of Famer. Point blank, period, bro. Bottom line.
terrifying ordeal to literal toilet humor that Ross thought Jan had experienced a death in the family.
Yeah, he's like, oh, hold up, there's something heavy. Oh, is your head out your ass? What?
She was that upset by it. That Ross thought his wife Jan had experienced a death in the family. She was that upset by it. Drafted him to SmackDown live on television, turning his real life upside down.
Yep, exactly what he said in the book, bro. His wife was angry at that skit, bro, because it made no sense. Jim Ross sat there disappointed and just like, and he's too good of a guy, bro. Like, why? If there's one person I want to see Vince McMahon go down, bro, he's probably not going to admit it to the public, but I Jim Ross, bro. Man, hold on. I don't know if it's going to show this at the video, but at this portion of the video, but I'm gonna say it if it doesn't. Hold up.
humour that Ross thought his wife Jan had experienced a death in the family. She was that upset by it. Drafted him to SmackDown live on television,
Yeah.
turning his real life upside down just so that he could see his gutted reaction. Ross is adamant that his treatment was never as bad as observers suggest, but he is the only one who defends it. Before he was horrible.
Yeah, when they went to SmackDown, Big told Vince he didn't want to go to SmackDown. Vince said, okay, I got you. Bam. Drafted him to SmackDown, bro. Because what the narrator said, he want to see his reaction. What? He did it because he thought it was funny. Bro, don't lie to the man's face. This was WrestleMania 26, right? I think both, he said this in his book, Undertaker and Shawn, both of them or one of them, they advocated for him to be the ring announcer. I mean, to be the commentator for their match, right? That main event, WrestleMania 26, Shawn Michaels last match, right? And Vince calls JR saying, hey, yo, I want you to get on this match, right? To call ringside. And JR was like, oh, word? I bet. Boom. Gets excited, right? Bam, he got to the hotel room, right? Now, he got to town, right? He goes to the hotel. Boom. He's excited about this, right? And I think he talked to Kevin Dunn, right? WWE had a producer who whatever at the time, right? And he broke the news to JR saying, sorry, you're not gonna be doing the call. And JR was like, what? Man got to the hotel room, depressed, bro. Depressed. Mad. Yo, and it wasn't a one-time thing, bro. It was years after disappointment. Insults after insults. Disrespect after disrespect. His wife comes in after chatting with the girls. She heard the news, comforting her husband. Jim Ross attended the show. I think it was at Skybox. I don't remember, but he did attend. He was at the show. The only great part that came out of that was it was after the show. I don't remember if it was the same night, but it was after the show. And Shawn Michaels and Undertaker invite Jim Ross over for a chat. Boom, they were sitting down in front of a campfire right before they leave town. And it was just there chilling, bro. Three of them drinking, talking, chilling, bro. Respect, bro. Something that this man sees as a sin. Because why? Damn. And it was horrible to Howard Finkel too? Does he not recognize greatness? What is wrong with this guy?
To Howard Finkel too. Howard Finkel was a treasured on-screen talent. Blessed with a distinctly endearing voice, no announcer has ever rivaled the Fink when anointing a new champion. His prolonged, much imitated, and new announcement was loaded with gravitas. He was also a beloved, long-tenured employee. One of the nicest men to have ever been involved in wrestling, the Fink also coined WrestleMania, which was a significantly better idea than Vince's original The Colossal.
Oh, that was him? I thought it was somebody else.
Finkel's reward. Per William Paul Bearer Moody, Fink was institutionally bullied. Moody described the abuse as 24/7, constant. He was too much of a fan and not an alpha male, and so he was force-fed sardines in a Bushwhackers skit until he was sick, and booked frequently in tuxedo matches because Vince, a phenomenally mean-spirited man, seemed to enjoy watching him suffer. Number 3, he humiliated a ton of wrestlers on screen.
Why you want to be a bitch about it? Why? What? Why? Bro, his dad should have beat his ass. OD, bro. I think I heard something that he didn't have a great childhood. I think he was like abused by his stepfather. Something like that. Sexual abuse or whatever. That's probably why he turns out how he turned out, how he is. Or how he was at the time. Even is now. But damn, he did not have no support growing up because holy shit, you're a bitch. And the sad part is he's a victim too.
Of wrestlers on screen. As already noted, VKM has a somewhat bizarre sense of humor. And by bizarre, I mean rather horrendous. And along with the fact...
Time out, hold up, wait. This image right here, bro, is wild, considering what is transpiring today. So, if he comes out a free man after this trial, bro, just know he's a very lucky man, bro. He's either a very lucky man or he's just that damn innocent. Cause ain't no effing way. Look at this picture, bro. He had her barking like a dog on national TV, bro. 4 legs. This man loves showing bikini contest, bro. Oh my. I remember, man, when Stephanie McMahon, right, was announcing the whole woman revolution thing. Basically, you know, our women's here are strong women. They ain't no bitches. We view them as wrestlers, right? So they throw away that divas name. It's just now superstars, just how like the men are called. Rightfully so, right? They're out there to perform in ring just like men, right? No more bikini contest, no more stupid ass dance contest, no more projecting them as hoes. They are female wrestlers, right? Just like male wrestlers. Vince McMahon was the side of him, right? During this whole announcement, I think Triple H was on the side of him, was the side of her, you know, being that this was a big deal. And Vince McMahon was on the side, right? Now, he's smiling, but bro, I'm looking at it like, this guy is so hurt, bro. Oh my gosh. That's how I depict it as, bro. Just like how the Godfather said to Vince, no more hoes, no more hoes. Oh my god.
Horrendous. And along with the fact he regularly made the likes of good old JR and the mighty Fink's lives a misery just because he fancied a giggle, you can bet WWE won't be in a rush to remind their current audience of the countless times he completely humiliated larger-than-life superstars on WWE programming either. Booking his Mr. McMahon character to force Trish Stratus to bark like a dog, having numerous performers join his dreadful Kiss My Ass Club.
This doesn't make any sense, but y'all on national TV, you pull your pants down and you go force a man's lips on your ass. Like he had no underwears on, bro. We talking about bare ass. What? Like that, bro. That segment was so horrendous. Don't bring it up on TV no more. Since like I don't even know. Like yeah, since like 2012. Because one time I think with Triple H, he cut a promo, right, and he mentioned this segment, the Kiss My Ass Club, but he doesn't call it by name because it's just intolerable. Wrestling entertainment, right? You got comedy, you got drama, you got romance. The most important part is action. Kiss My Ass Club is so unnecessary. We're trying to build up a story, bro. Not have somebody kiss your ass just because of the joy of it.
Screwing hitmen on their way out of the door. Performers join his dreadful Kiss My Ass Club. Screwing hitmen on their way out of the door. The list really does go on when it comes to Vince McMahon crafted moments WWE wish they could erase from their now family-friendly organization. Hell, as recently as 2020, Vince was still going out of his way to poke the worst kind of fun at his own son-in-law on national television, oddly mocking Triple H for being a boring soul, as he rambled through an awkward attempt at a comical tribute on SmackDown. Just when you thought the pandemic couldn't get any worse, eh? Number 2, he resigned in disgrace. This was just a massive lie, wasn't it? And WWE had the temerity to echo the lie on television when, later that night, Stephanie McMahon placed on record her thanks for his service on SmackDown.
Yeah.
The great, benevolent Vince realized he was simply too old. At 77, he was 76, the idiot. This was something WWE...
He was? Nah, no way. Why the f*** did he say 70? That's weird.
WWE had to do. The real reason was all over the
Look at
media,
that smile.
but they were hardly going to acknowledge that, were they? But imagine if he had actually decided to resign. If Vince had resigned, there'd barely had been a show for all the video packages. He'd have sent himself up and out at the same time. There'd have been some sense of occasion. None of this happened though. WWE thanked him because they felt they had to, but not for too long. They couldn't celebrate nor demonize him, so occupied some weird in-between place. Vince did not retire. He resigned in disgrace after multiple historical sexual misconduct and assault allegations, previously covered up via hush money, were exposed by the Wall Street Journal. Number 1, he paid Rita Chatterton. A content warning here, there is going to be some description of sexual assault. The news cycle is horrible. Horrific, momentous events are reported on and debated. They strike an awful chord with anybody in possession of empathy and a conscience. Then those people are left to question their conscience when they can no longer summon the proportionate disgust to that story, when several hundred more emerge in the subsequent weeks and months. Vince McMahon finally paying Rita Chatterton should have been a far bigger news story than it was. But by that point, January 2023, observers had unfortunately been callous to the cycle. Chatterton had accused McMahon of hoisting her on top of him before raping her in 1986. Speaking to Now It Can Be Told in April 1992, Chatterton disclosed her side of the story. In her words, he made me have oral sex, and he started to get really excited, and I pulled away, and he got really angry and said that's worth $500,000 a year. And when I said no, he said I better satisfy him, and he pulled off my pants and pulled me on top of him, and he satisfied himself through intercourse. McMahon insisted this was a shakedown, claiming to have proof that Chatterton was urged to spread a lie by former wrestler David Schultz. He sued both Geraldo Rivera and Brooke Skulski before later dropping the suit. The Wall Street Journal reported in January 2023 that Chatterton was paid a settlement figure in December in the millions of dollars. She was able to do this as a result of a one-year window opening in New York State, allowing victims to file suits otherwise barred by statute of limitations. In the legal letter written to McMahon, Chatterton's lawyer John Clune revealed that his client had passed a polygraph test regarding the incident. McMahon's lawyer Jerry McDevitt responded to the report by saying, Vince settled the case solely to avoid the cost of litigation. And that is our list. Know of any other things that WWE wants you to forget about Vince McMahon? Well, let us know all about them in the comment section right down below, and don't forget to like, share, and click on that subscribe button while you're down there. Also, if you like this
Man, look, what did Cat Williams say way back when in an interview with Shannon Sharp, bro, and on Club Shay Shay? We don't know why liars lies. It is a fact, bro. You know how many, I've seen guys who just say straight up lies, and they say like it's the truth, bro, and they're convinced it's the truth. Brother, it's a lie. I ain't stupid. This gotta be the case right here, bro. Talking about how he's such an innocent man. Nah, because R. Kelly, man, and he is a prime example, bro. He sat there talking about they're ruining my life. Like, what? Like, this man, he was convinced. He was totally 100% convinced that he was a free, honest man, bro. A man of saint, bro. And then now he's just, all these stuff got piled on, man. Now he's for life, pretty much for life, bro. You can't be a 28-year-old man or however you were marrying a 14-year-old. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's documented. You can't. And then it doesn't even stop from there, bro. It just continues as the year go on, bro. Sitting right there talking about like, nah, I ain't do shit. Apparently you did, based on these evidence. It's the case with Vince McMahon. He's sitting there talking about, I'm gonna defend my name vigorously. Now, the trial's still going on, but was these other sex scandals? Nah. He's lucky to be continuing what he had been doing for years, bro. It could be the same. This could be the same result at that Jimmy Snuka thing, right? When he for that murder charge, I forgot who it was that he ended, unfortunately. But this was like in the 90s. He got convicted by like at least 2015, at least. I don't know what year specifically, but he eventually got convicted, bro. It could be the same thing right here. I don't know who is leading the charge. Maybe it's Stephanie. We don't know. But somebody is leading the charge, right? Trying to get their voices heard and trying to get their dad away for a very long time. Pretty much damn, for life, considering his old stature. So kudos to them. You can't get away with it. Not for too long. You shouldn't get away with it at all, period. Somebody always got, on their, based on their power, that they're able to get away with stuff like these, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. This list right here was a great video. The list was crazy. How does it go? There's no chance. No chance in hell.